The ex-cop who was killed by the Buffalo shooter on Saturday had recently spoken about a newly discovered energy source and patented a system that enables vehicles to run on water instead of gasoline. Aaron Salter Jr. was identified by his son as the supermarket security guard and former 3-decade Buffalo cop who tried to stop the teenage suspect. But it's Salter Jr.'s work away from the world of law enforcement that's attracting interest in the wake of his tragic death. His latest passion was building environmentally sustainable vehicles. Watch this.
So, we're going to do 4 experiments today for the patent examiners. The first one, you do need electrolysis. But what my system has done is taken advantage of the residue that's produced by the electrolysis. So we're going to actually start this vehicle without any electrolysis. The second one, we're going to fill the water tank with water. And again, we're going to be able to start it without electrolysis and run this engine.
Salter Jr. is not the first person to suffer an untimely death after announcing the discovery of a free energy system. Stanley Meyer came up with a similar water-powered motor before suddenly dying while dining at a Denny's with 2 Belgian investors. Meyer started choking during the meal, ran outside and claimed he had just been poisoned before he died. Watch this.
Like an age-old dream becoming a reality. A local inventor has discovered a way, hear this, to use water to run your car.
It's a major breakthrough that will no doubt make motorists happy. And as Ralph Robinson explains, the Pentagon is also showing lots of interest in this project.
Water has always been considered a precious commodity, but Stan Meyer's invention may make it even more valuable. He has developed what's called a water fuel cell. It has taken the place of his old gas tank. The water fuel cell breaks down water molecules into oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen is used to run his dune buggy.
I don't care if you use rainwater, well water, city water, ocean water. If you don't have any fresh water, go ahead and use snow. If you don't have any snow available to you, they use salt water because there's no adverse effect to the fuel cell.
Meyer started working on this project 4 years ago. He's not a scientist. He isn't even a chemist. In fact, he never graduated from college. Myers was determined, he says, to design something to protect this country from oil embargoes.
And we have calculated that if we take the dune buggy from Los Angeles to New York, we would roughly use 22 gallons of water.
The Pentagon flew a lieutenant colonel in last week to look at Meyer's invention. There is talk of possibly using it in the Star Wars defense program and to run Army tanks. Myers is currently perfecting a water fuel cell for cars. It will cost about $1,500. He says it won't need any maintenance, and you won't have to replace it. It'll be at least 2 years before the fuel system goes into mass production. The day it happens will be one the fuel industry hates, but it'll put a smile on the face of those who've had to say at one time or another, fill her up.
Stanley Myers was meeting with some guys along with his brother to get funding for his water-powered engine. So they bring him these drinks to the table, and I think it was cranberry juice. He takes a drink. He immediately stands up, starts grabbing his neck. He says, "They poisoned me." He goes out into the parking lot where he eventually died. But before he died, he said, "They poisoned me because I'm working on a water-powered engine." And truth is stranger than fiction. So all these movies you've seen where the government will do this stuff to take somebody out because they were working on something and they make it look like an accident, and real shit will blow that Hollywood shit out of the water.
A conspiracy to kill 5 random people? It's ridiculous.
4 random people to hide one specific target.
We see that big oil can buy the politicians who regulate it, have the military pledge allegiance to its interests, be shielded from pollution restrictions, leech off U.S. tax dollars, control mass media, crush alternative energy, and avert punishment for all of the crimes it commits. It is utterly insane that small boardrooms of self-serving billionaires are empowered to act as though the only future that exists is in their stock portfolios. They've been destroying lives and habitats for over a century, and now their unfettered greed is a threat to human civilization itself.